Good stuff. Let's get this intro rolling. Hey guys, it's me, Francis69, coming at you with another cigar video tonight. Tonight, we're going to be discussing some things. Some about the channel, some about what I've got on, which is my shirt. With the topic, rather. But first, what am I smoking tonight? Of course, the only thing I've got left in my humidor is, unfortunately, the only thing I have left is the Potomo 10th anniversary champagne. And then what am I drinking tonight? I just recently went to Liquor Barn, little establishment here in my part of the country, and I bought some Irat cognac, so I'm drinking that. Good stuff, actually. It's very sweet, very good, very enjoyable. Pardon me. Excuse me, good gosh. Today is a Saturday, so again, when I upload, it's going to be generally on a Friday or a Saturday or Sunday, when I don't have school or work. If I do upload on a Friday, it'll be after work. And then it depends if I even have cigars. I just ordered a ton. I ordered 2 boxes of Perdomo, this size. I don't remember the size name at the moment. I actually wanted to get this super Torcedor, I think it is. But they're out on the site that I'm using, which is jrcigars.com. Not a sponsor. Hopefully it will be one day when my channel's big enough. Actually, they're not bad to use for cigar selection. Anyway, so I bought a couple boxes of those, and then I bought some other cigars earlier. I just didn't use. I bought them at 2 separate times, rather than doing one big old order, which I probably should do. Sorry. I'm saying sorry because of the camera. Anyway, so that's what I'm smoking. That's what's going on in my cigar world. And what we'll be discussing, well, let's discuss the Byzantine Empire. Misnomer, because the Byzantine Empire, of course, is the Eastern Roman Empire, never the Byzantine Empire in its existence, and it should be known as the Eastern Roman Empire, but because of our Western, I use air quotes, we are thinking we say Byzantine, meaning the ancient name for Constantinople. And the way I think about it today. Now, the Byzantines, the Eastern Romans, they were the cradle of civilization for about until 1204, until their fall. They led a golden age in the 11th century, a huge empire. But then, in 1054, they broke, probably rightfully, with the Catholics. No offense to my Catholic brothers out there, but it was time. And relations have healed, because now it's not as big of a deal. If you're Orthodox, great. If you're Catholic, great. And then the sack of Constantinople in 1204 drove the final nail in the coffin. I believe the Pope at the time kind of wanted the Romans to pay for their sins, but when he heard about the sack, as sources go 2 ways, but in both he kind of condemns the act. He actually excommunicates people who participated in the sack of Constantinople. Sorry, my hair is itchy. Too much hairspray. A little bit of dandruff too. So, anyway. But the second Constantinople just... essentially the Romans just can't come back from that. And, over the last... they were exiled to Anatolia, basically. There was the empire of, of Epirus, of Trebizond, but Nicaea is the one that kind of won out and became the Eastern Romans, or as we know them, the Byzantines. And the correlation to what is today, they should be remembered as the Romans. They were considered as Romans during their time, and they should not be considered Byzantines or not Romans or Greeks. Just because they are Greeks does not mean they're Romans. They're Romans. Their enemies knew them as Romans. Their friends knew them as Romans during their time. Now, the Holy Roman Empire does throw a whole thing in there, but they were not holy. They were thoroughly debauched. They were certainly not Roman. They were all Germans and had the only thing they had was the Pope, who had some sort of document saying that, like, Constantine the Great, who founded Constantinople, an unbroken line until 1204, of course, some sort of thing basically saying he gave up, the crown of the Romans and happily retreated to the east, which is a bunch of, malarkey. There's some other kinder words I would probably use in another video, but trying to keep the cursing down because, gentlemen. So anyway, the Romans, there are Romans and then there are Romans. You're talking about late Romans, which are meaning the Eastern Romans. I'm talking medieval Romans. And, people don't associate them with the Romans because they don't have the Lorca Segmentata, they don't have, the sweeping empire across all of Europe. Pardon me, I was just ashing my cigar. And they didn't have, great, dominions, and everyone thinks that the Romans, fell in 476, I think, was the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Annacius and that whole thing. There are series that goes into great detail. Kings and Generals is a great thing about the Eastern Romans. So does the Dovahati, I think. And the other one I can't remember, but it does... shoot. I don't remember the channel name, but look up Constantine the 11th, and his video will pop up. That channel, that guy that does that documentary on Constantine the 11th. The only documentary I've ever seen on YouTube about Constantine the 11th. Only one. Because I knew who he was, and it was his accomplishments through my research and my reading about, from Donald M. Nickel, The Immortal Emperor, and his books. By the way, this one's going to be a little longer, or I drag it on 9 minutes, and usually I try and keep these short because they take me forever to upload. Anyway, the Romans, the correlation between the Romans and today, okay, we owe everything to the Byzantines. We owe everything to Constantine. Because we would not be Christian if it was not for Constantine the Great and the founding of Constantinople. Even Emperor Theodosius II, who built the Theodosian walls in the 5th century, we owe them everything. The armies of Islam, as Lars Brownworth puts in his opening title, the surging armies of Islam was surely swept into Europe in the 7th century, and is given mused. The call to prayer would have been heard over Oxford's dreaming spires. It's true. I mean, Islam was a inevitable tide, and the only thing holding them back was the Romans. So, perhaps one of these days I'll go over, briefly, I don't know every single story. It's hard, but I know the general scheme of things, like any, what is it, armchair historian, anyone on the internet can look this stuff up. But, I had this ingrained in my memory. And, the reign of Heraclius and, the history of Byzantium, look that up. It's a great podcast, again. So, I think that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to finish this cigar up. I'm going to go ahead and smoke the Romeo and Juliet bully size. It's sat out here, unfortunately, last night. I forgot to bring it in. I got really tired, so I'm going to go watch Darkest Hour, maybe. Or maybe I'll watch some Byzantine videos, or Eastern Roman videos, my bad. But again, so don't drink and drive. Don't ever do that. If I catch you doing it, you'll never be my friend. And smoking kills. Okay? There's your FDA warning. Okay? Smoking kills. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Francis69, over and out.